For bike ride there?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. Could you go to double question marks or you just it's like you have to catch up.
All right. What is this?
Welcome everybody. We're gonna get started.
There's a lot of overlapping.
We got here, we're like, and then they're like, yeah, you gotta walk. And we're like, no. That's what we're instructing. Very good at the map. It's like, go. And so we're walking like.
Okay, good morning everybody. Please have a seat if you can. If you're still getting coffee or signing in, then just try your best to join us with eyes and ears. We're gonna get started just in a minute. Get started in a minute. Awesome. Thank you for being here. I need to turn off my music. I heard that little logo start. That's music. Pause that down. All right. Awesome. I don't know if this mic is worth it. Is that helping at all? It is. Okay, great. Awesome. Well, we're really excited to be here today. Thank you for everybody who made the trek. We did some crazy stuff. We got a bus. People came up on the bus. Give me a shout out for the bus. We had a bus. Those people made it, so we're good. So we're going to get started. Our connections activity today will be about learning about what's going on in the network, funded programs. So if you didn't get a sheet from the front, we'll get you one, or run up to the front and grab one. It's not necessary. Take a look at that. That's some of the stuff we'll be going over for our connections activity. And as usual, we like to be active on Twitter for those people who can't be with us, who can follow along. There are a lot of people who like and Twitter stuff and follow us on Twitter, so it's great to share love with the whole world, whether they're here in Berkeley, we're either in, we might be, we are at the Chicago Botanic Garden, which is exciting. This is our quarterly meetup on the road every 3 months. We like to just hop on buses and trains and drive far away and find ourselves in a new place. And today we are at the Botanic Garden. So before we begin, I just wanted to give Jen Schwartz a moment, to welcome you all to space and tell you a little bit about the garden.
Welcome all to the Chicago Botanic Garden. Thank you all for making the trek again up here, and I hope that you've had at least a little bit of chance to see part of the garden, walking from the parking lot or riding on the bus. As you may have noticed in here in the Science Center, we are more than just a pretty place. We also have a substantial research department that focuses on conservation, and you are here in our LEED Gold certified 38,000 square foot research center, which hosts all of our research scientists and our degree programs in plant biology and conservation with Northwestern University. So we've got a number of students here as well. We also do education, and some of you who rode the bus today had a chance to experience how we deal with the transportation issue for our College First and Science First students. So we have students who come from as far away as 100 Hall Street, and those students ride the bus every day for 4 weeks or 8 weeks, 2 hours each way to come to our Science First and College First programs, which are environmental science summer programs and college prep programs. We also have a lot of public events, so if you are going to stay after the meeting today, we do have some free passes to our Butterflies and Blooms exhibit. So it's a beautiful big butterfly tent. The butterflies actually land on you. They look like something out of Walt Disney. They are totally phenomenal. And they're a mess if you want to walk around. We have 385 acres. So if you walk around the whole thing, it takes about an on the outside. So welcome to the garden, and I guess we will kick off the meeting now. Robert?
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yay! Beautiful and really cool space at the Pine Science Conservation Center in Camp Garden. There are scientists who are eating popcorn in the lab because it smells like it, I think. Is that okay? Are they allowed to do that? So our agenda today is going to be speedy. We got some fun things. We got a funded program showcase for you. That's all programs are funded in our last round, our phase, so round 1 of 2014 through the Hive Fund for Connected Learning. Those projects will be showcasing their work for you to make connections. So the goal of that activity will be to hear quickly about what they're doing and then run over there and tell them about how they can connect with your work or how they can connect with each other in ways that they haven't thought of already. Maybe they have, we can talk about it. We'll also be talking a little bit about Hive 5, which we've been mentioning briefly here and there as a big event we're doing in December or January in the winter. So we'll talk to you about dates and logistics and giving you a better picture of what that looks like. We have reserved time for moonshot work. Today is more about getting reconnected on that and not necessarily making huge progress. July is going to be about a lot of dedicated time for moonshot. But this will be a good stepping stone to July and beyond. And then we have a couple things to share with you, cool stuff that's going on in the network. So without further ado, and I didn't tell people which order they were in, which is kind of the order that's on the sheets in front of you. So you can refer to those for your order. Without further ado, I'm going to cue up the funded project showcase. The way this is going to roll, this is going to be 2 minutes per project. If you're the first one on that list, I think that is the Changemakers Initiative. You best step up here and get ready to roll. You're going to have 2 minutes timer. You're going to be strict to say your piece, and then go to your station, or have a seat later to your station. Stations are around, labeled like on posters around the room, and then we're going to do a little just like round robin Q&A. We're going to jump from poster to poster, see as many as we can, and make connections with, you can probably guess it, Post-it notes. So the instructions are on the connection sheets in front of you. Jen Bundy's first up with the Youth Changemakers Initiative. I got to set the clock and give you the mic. Here you go. Wait, hold on. Don't start until I clock you. It's very important. Does anybody have a clock? Hold on. What? Okay, I got it. Ready? Okay, go.
Hi, I'm Jennifer from the Adler Planetarium, if I don't know you, and I'm representing the Youth Changemaker Initiative, and this is a collaboration with Meetup Challenge, Free Spirit Media, the Adler, and Smart Chicago. Our goals for this project are to help youth build skills in using digital tools to launch civic action campaigns and find out more about the issues that affect them in their community. So during the summer, what we're doing is hosting 5 mass action days. We're bringing together 140 youth that will come in and learn about five tools, one from each organization, and Meetup is doing 2. And we're all focusing on our areas of expertise. So Meetup is focusing on social media, Free Spirit Media is focusing on crafting narratives, Smart Chicago is aggregating data, and then Adler is also focusing on data collection and research analysis. And then during the school year, this work's going to continue through the spring, and we're going to help youth lead their own mass action days, dive deeper into the issues that MICFA council members have identified. And you all can follow along through the Hive Community Group. We'll be posting blogs. We have a couple Adler interns that are going to be blogging about this process as we go. And then each organization has their own way of sharing that information. Another blog to follow is Real Shy Youth, which we've been using for the past year. These organizations have been working together on other projects, so that's a central place that you can check out what we're doing. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you, Jen. So we have 15 more seconds, so you're good. All right. Next up, our next project is the C-STEM Digital Badge project. I'll give you a tap in around 30 seconds just so you have a line here. Come in front of the webcast and then start you. Go.
Okay. So I'm Jennifer, as you just heard from the introduction, and I'm representing the Community STEM Badge Ecosystem Project. And that's a project, we have 14 partners, both here in Chicago, in San Francisco, and in New York. And our goal is to create a shared STEM badge ecosystem that can recognize and document STEM skills across disciplines, across contexts, that really makes that learning portable from organization to organization and from program to program. This is building on the work of the Chicago STEM Digital Badge Working Group, which was our last Hive-funded project, and we learned during that project what we didn't know. So we thought we were coming in and we were going to create this thing, but we realized as we were working on it that there are a lot of things we didn't know, so our work now is focusing on 4 working groups. So how you value digital badges, how students value them, and how we create value in the community. Our technology working group, so how you make interoperable systems across badging platforms. An integration working group, how you integrate content badges that are going to be unique to each individual organization and program, with higher level cross-disciplinary skills badges. And the equity and access working group. So how do you make these things accessible to all youth who may or may not have access to higher technology, or et cetera, et cetera. So we kicked off our project in May. We had our second meeting yesterday, and we are off to a really good start. And that's about it.
Awesome.
Thank
you, Jen. Yay. Yes.
I think that this project is the first cross-Hive project.
Yes.
The whole Hive network.
It was very important.
Members from New York and from the Bay Area, so that is really cool.
Yes, it is very exciting for us.
And for those people watching online, it's very exciting that this is the first cross-Hive.
It is super exciting.
Badge, cross-Hive project ever across the entire country, which is really exciting. Awesome. Thank you so much for now applause. Yay. All right, next up, next up is the Hive Mapping Collaborative. David Bild, you'll have 2 minutes.
All right.
30 seconds.
All right, so I'm Dave Bild from the Nature Museum. The Chicago Academy of Sciences and its Peggy Notemark Nature Museum. So what we're doing with the Hive Mapping Cooperative is with Sweetwater Foundation, Smart Chicago, as well as other partners, Freedom Games, Forest Reserve, as well as Science Lab. We are piloting open source mapping and data sharing platforms to help facilitate youth-guided inquiry, collaborative youth-guided inquiry, both within our own programs and across programs. Our pilot starts Monday. So we've identified various platforms that we'll be using. We're hoping to develop sort of an open data portal, initially based on environmental data, but hoping to expand that to multiple other things, and really kind of foster this open science ethos of sharing and collaboration, and that being able to advance their investigations. So students will be designing kind of sort of citizen science investigations. So that's what we're doing. We have a website, opensciencecoop.org, where we're going to be like posting our progress, things like that. More than happy to share some of the things we've already identified. That's about it.
Thanks. All right, David. That was like 30 seconds short. All right, next up is a crowd favorite. The title is so good. It's Plot and Order. A very confusing. And Elliot, are you representing today? Awesome.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elliot Strong of the Anti-Cruelty Society. If you're wondering what TACS means on the sheet, because I don't see it anywhere else, and you can put our logo up on the poster after I send it to you. Now, Plot and Order is one of our first collaborations within the Hive network, we partnered with CICS Chicago West and Important Little Games. Rob didn't make it, he's going to be presenting with me, and I'm getting later. What we're creating is a computer game that will help kids get into the world of animal investigations, humane investigations. But as they're creating the game, they're going to be meeting with some of the forensics experts from ASM. We brought in a veterinary pathologist, forensics expert from the University of Illinois. And of course, Rob Lockhart of Important Little Games is going to be teaching these kids how to make a narrative using twine. So we're going to be exposing these kids to a lot of different things, whether it be science, humane investigations, animal law, narratives, creating a game for the purposes of learning, creating puzzles that their peers need to try to figure out and solve, as well as writing dialogue for different characters. We're really excited about this. This is our first one, so you'll be able to track us with a link that we're going to have on our site, anticruelty.org/paw-and-order. Our new website is going to be going up soon, so you'll be able to see that then. We're even bringing in a digital intern to help chronicle the entire thing. It's easy, 15 seconds. I'm really happy to be here. Thank you. And I'm from the Anti-Cruelty Society, even though they don't mention us.
So, thanks, Elliot. I know, because I failed to add the Anti-Cruelty Society to the project. So, sorry, Elliot, my mistake. Talking about the sleepiness. So our next presenter, hopefully I did get it right, is the Adler Planetarium. That's not biased. It was easier to link to up here. Will be Michelle Nichols from the Adler Planetarium. Michelle, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, go for it. Thank you. Okay, this is my first Hive meeting, so I'm very happy to be here. What we're doing is we're partnering with the awesome After School Matters, and we are empowering 12 of their apprentices who will work with us this summer to design their own, to figure out and design their own science experiments, which we are going to fly on a high altitude weather balloon up to 80 to 100,000 feet, go track it, pick it up somewhere in Indiana, we hope, hopefully not a tree. And then, so after all that experience, the kids will then go back to their own After School Matters programs, and they will lead the same types of activities with their own After School Matters programs participants. And they will design more experiments, and we will fly them on high altitude weather balloons this fall or early winter, track them, and they'll get the data back. So they're going to design real experiments. We're not going to tell them what to design. They're going to work with real data because they'll get their experiments back and they'll figure out what happened. And it'll be a great way for the youth to lead their own efforts with us helping them, but not necessarily telling them what to do. So I think it'll be really fun, and I still have like 40 seconds left. I'm doing it.
Time yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
Did I forget anything? Is that good? All right. So wish us luck. Hope that our experiments don't land in a tree again. They have before. So we'll see how they go. Thanks a lot.
All right, our next presenters are Shed Aquarium with Heather Schneider, and they'll be talking about
Hello, I'm Heather. I'm with Shed Aquarium, and together with Project Sincere and the True Star Foundation, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, we're working on a job readiness program that we're piloting with teens this beginning of fall. We're currently in the planning phases, but the project has 2 main pieces to it. The first is piloting workshops with the teens on job readiness topics to kind of bulk up their portfolio, but also to show employers that they have skills that can transfer directly when they get into the position. Again, we're currently in the planning phases, but just to kind of give you a sense, the skills we're looking at is the written communication, oral communication, your digital footprint and how you share yourself online, and then also networking. We're really excited about different kind of pieces that we can pull into there, especially networking and setting up a time where corporate and nonprofit groups can actually network with the other people to expose them to a way to communicate with them. Also, the second part of the project is actually starting to talk with human resource groups from multiple organizations, including Hive, to see how we can have them start recognizing badges as valued credentials, and what do they need to start having those conversations when they see that on a person's application. And since we're going to be organizations issuing badges, we should be organizations that accept badges in the hiring process. So we'll be reaching out to Hive very soon. We're kind of just trying to figure out the best strategy. We're also going to be talking with the Chicago Metropolitan Human Resources Group, which I think a lot of Hive groups are part of, but just really trying to get a lot of human resource folks' opinions and thoughts on what we'll be needing for that.
You nailed that. That was exactly.
Look at that.
Awesome. Thank you very much. With Power Spots.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm James Saylor. I'm a game changer in Chicago at the University of Chicago, and there we go. And we're partnering with MSI to put on Power Spots. And Power Spots is a very simple networked game played on mobile devices. And let's see. Well, I just way for high school age teens to the game was conceived with and so we are definitely looking to partner with as many Hive locations as possible, and come and find me if you want to talk more about it.
Kids who have completed our first challenge, Dream Home, which uses Google SketchUp to create their ultimate CAD, and help them get ready to do a Discover Design Challenge. So we are thinking about what do kids need to know in order to be successful in Discover Design, and how can we help them get there with our Fuse Challenge. We are also building an online mentoring tool to incorporate into our FuseTutor.net learning platform that will allow first Fuse teens who are working on this new challenge to engage with architect mentors from CIF, and then we will hopefully be expanding that out to support teams who are working on other challenges in other areas. So if you have questions or interested about other ways to make Fuse, please come
actually, you guys can tag team, whatever you have on, I got it, so then there you go. You got 2 minutes.
Hey everyone, I'm actually part of this half associated, so I guess it's alright, so we're doing, we're interested in figuring out a way to easily track time as artists. Here at us, we're working on something similar. We connected, we think that physical badges would be a cool addition to all the digital badging you guys have going on. We think this is like super relevant to the second goal of Hive, those connected pathways. We think would be awesome if you can look at the data, the reports that are generated monthly or quarterly, be like, oh look, this kid that I have is really interested in slam poetry and data and engineering. So how can we find those interests in a cool Hive project? Or, oh look, we have so much overlap with other organizations. How can we come together and maybe benefit more youth that way? So definitely sort of shining a light on the pathways kids are actually taking. We think that is super helpful for the funders and for the Hive staff and for all of you. It matters to us, like I said, because we wanted to track attendance. We also wanted to be able to tell when kids were using a 3D printer and maybe even RFID tag the entire space to be able to tell when 2 students are near each other or when they're working with mentors. So that's something that Articles is interested in doing, but you can customize hoping that we'll have an open API at the end of this that you can just put whatever works for you on top of and do cool stuff on your end. RFID is short range for those of you who are what are all these acronyms? It's not GPS, which means that you're not going to be creeping on your students when they're not at that location. That's way faster than I thought. So RFID is shorter range. The project is cheap. I assure you we're work for you guys, so if you can make it work, you can make it work. Oh no! Alright, and cool. Alright, so we're prototyping right now. We're gonna have probably late fall, talk to us Hive type thing on mini group, maybe in a meeting or both, for your use cases and other cool stuff. So come talk to us. Yay!
I'm just going to take the example from you're just a designer. You got 1 minute and 50 seconds. I'm actually doing the design right now too. But you're good, you're proud.
Hi, I'll keep this short. This project is adding a badging system, actually an achievement system that includes badges to our online learning platform called Discover Design. On Discover Design, we teach the design process and apply it to real-world problems at different levels. It's right now in about 250 high schools. We have about 4,000 students a year using it, taking design challenges, and we partner with people too. And we've been through kind of a long, comprehensive design process for this badging system. In 2013, we completed the whole design of the system with a few design partners, did a lot of research around it, and now we're finally in the execution phase. So this is really exciting. We're starting to build the system out and make it integrate with all the other kind of badging platforms that are so, I can tell you more about the system over there.
Wow, that was good. Okay, actually, she's got a really cool diagram. I'm going to get on the slides, so you should check that out. Thanks, so the next speaker is someone I'm not familiar with. You're new to the Hive too. So I'll introduce yourself and you're talking about the urban smoker.
Yes, my name is Christine Reva, and I'm with the Chicago Architecture Foundation. I'm still a little flustered because Andy just teached us to ride on a golf cart over the landscape to get here. What just happened? We're, for the second year, participating in the Chicago City of Learning, bringing in a partner, a design firm from Toronto that leads students through urban planning seminars. And we're working in partnership with the YMCA and the Chicago Park District 2 subsequent weeks, the last week of July and the first week of August. Kids are going to do an investigative inquiry in the neighborhood surrounding the 2 sites that we're going to be at, one at Brainerd Park and then in Ashland, and then also the YMCA at 1600 Cottage Grove. And then they're going to do a week of site identification, imagining how they could redefine the particular site that they were working on. So we're very excited about it. For CIF, as a longtime CIF employee, I'm very excited. We have a community engagement program, and we have a lot of youth programs, but we haven't really combined the two very frequently. So this is a real great opportunity for us to work with these two great institutional partners to really try to take what we do well with the teens and what our partners do well with teens and bring it out to the neighborhoods. So we're very excited and more opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our last presentation does not have a slide, unfortunately, is again. So, we got this.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm from the National Veterans Art Museum, and our email isn't working, so I couldn't communicate very well with that. But I'm here to present on the Things They Carry version 3.0, which has been evolving over the past year and a half. It began as an interactive website where we kind of bring to life the connection between objects, stories, and artwork in our collection to the experience of veterans who have served in American conflict. And they're going to be launching in August NBAM Out Loud, which will be generated by a group of 15 teen apprentices that we're working with this summer that combines youth voices with artwork and interviews and on-the-street interactions with our collection, with the stories that we're generating through the veterans we work with as well. So we're really excited to be working with new media and with a growing number of schools throughout Chicago and the near suburbs. And we're going to be kind of collaborating all this great information into a new site. We're really excited. We'll be launching in August. So you can come and see us, me and Lauren are here for NBAM Education. And for those of you looking for something awesome to do with your afternoon, from 1 to 3, we're hosting our first education open house. So that's all happening right off the freeway in the park. You can ask for more information about it. No, it's okay. One more time. I'm okay. Sure. We have more time for people to come in.
Veterans Museum on Memorial Day for an open exhibit they had there. And it was really moving. It's very, very powerful. I was surprised because I'm not affiliated with the military in any way whatsoever with my family, but it was something that touched me. And I thought I had some really surprising and relevant connections to young people that we work with in the city and violence in the city. And so I think if you haven't been up there, it's one of those museums that's smaller, so it doesn't necessarily the Big Ten, you know what I mean? So, but you should go up there. That's cutting myself. I know, it should be number 1. This is beautiful. So with that all done, without further ado, I want to give you guys an opportunity to tour. So actually, Chris, can you come when you come back up here? So Chris will be here for anyone wants to talk to her. Everyone else, there are posters around for every project. You can go to those posters. I want you to think about connections between what you're doing and what that program is doing, or between programs and between the two programs that don't even know about each other, and help facilitate some of those rich collaborative opportunities that make the Hive an awesome place to work. So we're going to do that. We're going to have to cut that short because we started a little late, so we're going to do that for 15 minutes. It's an opportunity to do some Q&A, some brainstorming. Try to hit 3 posters in those 15 minutes, and I'll tell you every 5 minutes to switch. That's not required. They have a whole section set up over there with cool things you can actually touch. Yeah, better than my poster.
Better than just me.
Awesome. All right, go for it. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Post-its.
They're on the table.
I wonder if this is picking up a conversation. Hi, Internet. Okay.
Just got about 5 minutes. Got about 5 minutes, so it'd be good to find another project. What about now?
your ideas down on Post-its if you can to facilitate sharing.
Okay, I'm gonna die here.
Oh, look at the camera. Oh, let's take it still.
Take a still.
No.
Let's do about 5 more minutes. So give me time to rotate one last time. And I'll let this one go long.
So yeah, I'm just gonna laugh.
Oh, I think it is. Yep. You go next now.
Can you take a picture?
All right, everybody. Leave it to me to disrupt the happy good times and bring down the good vibes. But we have other business to attend to. It is weak. So if I could have everybody's attention, I'm going to do the hand raising thing again. Start raising hands. Your cues and wow, this is not working the way it usually does. Should we raise hands and clap once? Let's try. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Yes, you have to do that with old people too. So we are ready to move on. And you don't have to take a seat. If you like standing, keep standing. But Sam Benson's got something to tell you. So we're going to spend about 5 minutes talking about this and that and other things. We're going to mention moonshot stuff, and then we're going to go into that work time. So please give us about 10 minutes to cover a couple items, and then we're going to convene in our moonshot groups, and I'll explain that in a minute. You ready? Yes.
I am.
All right, here we go. You gotta have to.
Morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm just logging in. Thank you again to Jennifer for hosting us here today. This is a gorgeous location, and you all are gorgeous. I'm Sam, the director of the Hive, and I want to tell you a bit about something that is on the horizon that we want to engage you in. We have mentioned before that this year is the year in which we celebrate Hive's 5th anniversary. And we want to recognize that event with an event we're calling Hive is 5, or abbreviated Hive 5. Hive is 5 is an event to celebrate our growth and also to make significant progress on the solutions that you are working on. It's a day-and-a-half event that's designed to be a catalyst for the Moonshots work. For those of you who are new to the network and to what we mean by Moonshots, I'll say briefly that learning networks produce solutions. It's what networks do. They produce innovative programs, innovative tools, innovative collaborations. The Moonshots work is not about doing new work. It's about making sure that the solutions we produce actually help us make collective progress towards the most persistent problems that challenge all of us in our work. That's what the Moonshots are for. They're an organizing tool to make sure that the solutions we produce help us move forward on our big problems. And seize our big opportunities as well. And so this day-and-a-half event is meant to do that. We want to connect you, solutionaries, to the time we lack in meetups. Meetups are a great time to connect on a monthly basis, but not necessarily extended time, and to the talent of the critical friends who are committed to your success. So let me tell you a little bit more, but first just ask you here, what would you want an event like this to be for the advancement of your work? And what significant progress is this network on the verge of making that an event like this could help progress, and how would you like to see that work move forward? So what's the format? We are currently envisioning a day-and-a-half event. Day 1 is kickoff, a little bit of celebration, a little bit of norming on what day 2 is going to be about, and also doing some of what we've done here, sharing resources so that groups know what they can connect to. Day 2 is a day to get stuff done. a day to imagine sitting at a table if you're in the transportation group, working on issues in transportation and having at your table the person who runs the venture program or the person who runs Divvy Bikes and who's there at the table because they're ready to commit to your success and provide the kind of pledge and support of your work that you need to move it forward. Who's it for and who else is invited? It's for you primarily. It's for the members of this network to have focused time to get work done. We are celebrating what we do by doing what we do, which is trying to get work done and solve our problems. And you invite to the table anybody who you need there to help move that work forward. Those could be youth, it could be parents, it could be other key stakeholders, movers and shakers in the city. What should you bring? The work that you bring is the work that you're working on through your Moonshots group. Again, the Moonshots group is the group that helps us keep in focus the big aspirations we have as a network, the big challenges and opportunities we're trying to seize, and leveraging all of our resources to move forward. What we will do, we'll get work done. And how that looks and how that happens is something we want you to help us shape. What will come out of it? We want significant progress towards solutions. The reason the network matters is because we can do and solve issues that we can't solve alone. Together, we have collective power that we don't have when we're working individually, and we want this to be about having outcomes. Now, we're not necessarily going to solve the problem, say, of transportation for the city for all time in a day and a half, but we can set goals and make specific progress. How can we get ready? The work you're doing today is part of it, and being at these meetups is a significant step forward. We do want this to connect to the round 1 RFP when it is launched toward the end of this year, and so that's one resource that you can use for this. And what's next? What's next is first figuring out when this should happen. So we have some options here, and I would like to just take a quick informal poll before Robert pulls me off with a cane. We have 4 options. The first 2 options are in December, in early December. We picked that time because it's actually around the time the Hive turns 5. The second 2 dates are in January. In December, you know, some people, we got some feedback. So actually, let me stop talking and just actually ask for show of hands. So option 1 and option 3 are similar in that they're a Thursday and a Friday. Thursday evening, afternoon, kind of kickoff, cocktail-y, woo, getting ready. Friday, getting to work, making moves, hacking, and celebrating progress. So option 1 and 2 are Thursday and Friday. Option 1 and 3 are Thursday and Friday. Option 2 and 4 are Friday and Saturday. If you feel like to have a really focused time, you need a Saturday to get that done, you would pick option 2 or option 4. And option 1 and 2 are December. Option 3 and 4 are January. Got it? Okay, so I just want you to raise your hand once for the date that you think is best, and I'll quickly take a poll. Yeah, take a vote. Option 1. All right, so option 1, if you prefer option 1, throw those hands up. Raise your hands in the air like you just. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Option 1, 18. Okay, option 2, throw them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 3, option 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And option 4. Yeah! That's right. Okay.
Let's hang out here on Saturday.
Great. Okay. So clear favorite for option 1. Interesting. Okay, that's enough on that. If you have questions, please let us know. We're getting your feedback. The next slide is the Moonshot Project Fund. We talked about making some funds available, a bucket of $20,000. The teens may throw something at me for the following thing I'm going to say, which is we realize $20,000 isn't a whole lot of money. We realize that it's meant not to replace the RFP, which is, you know, say $700,000 plus bucket of money. But this is a small amount of money to unlock lightweight steps that you can take forward toward small solutions. Like I mentioned, divvy bikes. If you want to get a divvy bike rental and test that out, see how that could work for programs if you're in the transportation group, I keep referring to them, this is one way for you to unlock that. So we're handing out these documents. Step one, discuss with your affinity group. Do you have needs for cash between $200 and $1,000? Step two, complete the application using the doc template. We're handing this out to you in paper. It's available to you on an editable doc format. Step three, get 4 signatures from your affinity group, 3 from affinity group members and a 4th from an advisory committee member associated with that group. And step 5, if approved, submit an invoice and you'll get those funds. We want this to be flexible, easy, lightweight. It's not a ton of money, but sometimes you just need a little bit of money to be able to prototype, to experiment, to try things out. If you have questions, holler, let us know. Thank you.
Elsa Rodriguez. This wasn't even on. Anyway, we got a question from the audience.
We want young people at the side, there's a variety of those properties, or at least school that day. And yeah, there's one also in Greece, so just tossing that out there.
So what you're trying to do is just tip the hand in the voting to this is Chicago, it's cool. You know, nothing's final until the backroom conversation happens. So that's helpful. Right.
All right, thank you so much, Sam. That was really exciting stuff. It's very exciting. And related to what we're about to start talking about in a minute, and where you can find information moving forward, Hive is launching a new website. Hive Chicago. Woo! This is a lot of work, so applause are appreciated. Right now it's in beta test mode, so we have not launched the official kind of website yet, but you can find it at hivechicago.cnkt.ca. And that is our beta test. So that's currently a work in progress. You're going to find bugs and problems when you go there. In fact, I want you to find, well, let me just say, this is a cool feature on our website. We'll have a portfolio. Those of you who presented today, I've already seeded your portfolios. This is more of a block style website, which means I can give you permissions to write things and edit things, which I'm going to say in a second, including your own portfolios. So we're going to use this website as a vehicle to get stuff out to our audience, which can be funders, the general public, the whole wide world. But like I said, you're going to find issues with the website. We've forgotten to acknowledge your contribution to our network personally. This button doesn't work. It takes you to the wrong place. You'll notice the blog link is broken, etc. We would love you to dig in, go through it, complain about it, let us know what you find. Tell us you like it too. That would be nice. If you submit our beta test form, and I've got a little write-up about what we're looking for at this link, you can win a free Hive t-shirt. Woo! Elsa's modeling that in the back. It's really cool. If there's like 1 or 2 of you that still don't have one, this is an opportunity to get one. We have 100 more. Okay.
We need some different colors.
Oh, now you want colors?
Yeah,
sure. I'll okay, cool. One of the things you're going to find on our website is the Legend of Hive moonshot thimble stuff that I presented last time. It's now at hivechicago.cnkt.ca/moonshots. I don't know if you need the second / but they're on there, so we're getting there. And you'll find that's your go-to link from now on to get all the reference information about our moonshot work. That link will link you to the thimble, etc. And I went through that last time, so I'm not going to go through it again. But I will be happy to one-on-one for those who weren't here or can't catch up with the groups. But that collects information about what our moonshots are, what our roadmap to the future is, our resource inventory, so people and things that can help us get along the way, our individual assignments as responsible or accountable to our stuff, and a prompt to start writing up narratives and work plans for your work. There has actually been some good forward motion on some of these items that we started at the last meetup. If you go to the thimble, you'll find it updated with new roadmap items, including the launch of our blog and some other items. And you'll find things in the resource inventories. So you can enter cool links to programs around the city or the people that should be included in these conversations. So that those tools are getting used. You should use them too. And there's a link to a Google Fusion table that can show you what's in the resource inventory. But that's whatever. Ask me more about that. But it's all contained in that thimble. So we're gonna run today a little bit like we did last time. There's an advisory committee member or a Hive staff person that will be present at each one of the moonshot tables just to help you guys along. Today we're not going to get a huge amount of work done because we're at a cool place. We had to get here, it's running late. So we're gonna talk about where we've gotten to since last meetup and think about what we're gonna get to for the next meetup. Our next meetup will be like heavily dedicated to moonshot work. You can imagine an hour and a half, 2 hours of dedicated time to work on moonshot stuff. So today's not necessarily a day to make huge progress, it's about planning. One of the things that we would really love you to plan, this is an invitation, to post to our blog, our new website. We are happy to dedicate real estate on this website to your moonshots. If you want to write a post, if you want a whole page, we're game. So we will envision a section dedicated to your moonshot. Let's fill it out, let's make that happen. That can be part of your conversation today. What goes up there, who may be responsible, who's going to reach out to me about it. Cool. So here are the tables for those of you who arrived late, or who just whatever, migrated a little bit. We're going to assemble our groups around these tables. If you don't have somebody that would be one of those people on the list who's not here today, which will join you, the double questions are for people who are unsure and need more direction from me, and the double X is missing today, so on the tables, they're running it today. I think that's it. So here are the tables. I'll give you a few minutes to get settled. I'll put up the links to the stuff again so you can follow it. We'll spend the next 45 minutes or so working on our stuff, and then we'll wrap this maybe up and say goodbye. You good? Okay, that's like kind of a sad looking good.
Robert, can you read it out for people who can't see?
For people who can't see, table 1B, which is over here, is the team council. And there are many other people here today. This is what that hurt.
We love teams! Yay!
Teams and team chaperones, you get a free Hive t-shirt and lunch today. Thank you for making the trek to kindergarten. You're awesome. Come see me about that. Table 3A, right over here with Dave, we have team council 3A with Dave Bill is about hubs and on-ramps, how do we get people into our pathways, roughly said. 4A, which is over here, is with Rabia, and that is parent engagement. How do we bring parents on board to our work? School Hive Connection 4B, that table over there, that is Armania, who's not here today. She's got married and so on honeymoon, so everyone give her a big hug and applause if she's watching live. But when you see her, give her a hug. And Light on Transportation is where Jackie Moore is sitting right now, and Heather is as well, who's the advisor person on that. Think Tank, which is kind of our data group, is 7A in the back, where Aaron and Bradley is sitting right now. I'll come back there and hang out with you guys in a few minutes, or somebody else will, because Jimmy can make it today. And if you need help, ask me. Is that good? I read it out. I did what I was asked. Okay. Move.
I've heard.
I don't know. take pictures?
Yeah, or join a group.
Should I go to my group or am I done with my group?
Yeah, just like.
You ain't done with nothing. You're doing whatever you want. You're critical.
I love it. Yeah, that's why wow. Clink, pour my coffee all over the table, and then splash. Again. No. So here's we're trying on group. So the next one, perfect timing. Yuri. I mean, it's sort of simple, right? If you think about it, it's just, but the thing is, if we have this hub of teams that are then so there are a couple of things they could like make their own modular that could be interesting, and there would be like Chicago thing. I don't know what that could be. Like you know what I mean? It would be very interesting. That would have to be something that we agree on, right? And then because the library is going to do museum sessions and team volunteers, the whole thing is just teams with the trainers. It's all happening. And it's just really like, and that could be like that also, like train someone and be like a trainer. The teacher totally remix the challenges and make them really like relevant to Maryland or Chicago. Yeah. That's actually really cool. What else would you be doing today? Yeah. Yay! Yeah. Exactly.
Posted on my blog.
Thanks, Kyle.
So I'm going to get my so bad. So like today,
and also
is the goal? Yeah.
the ship today.
Is this about the Hive Chicago? Like,
we talked also about the seasonal.
I'm visual. I know. Yeah, exactly.
Them camera, first day on the job. It's really tough for the
We have all of all of programming. There are
And so that was kind of awesome. Really nice. So we were talking about how do we learn what we need to learn just from like the internet and what kinds of questions to I think it makes sense of understanding whatever the things are that we don't fully understand.
And that depth and breadth conversation
Like you need to demonstrate.
Right. So we're making it specific. We acknowledge that there's an issue with to understand what that could cause the depth what those are a lot of questions to ask, but we were talking about how to respond. And the big piece that came out of our conversation also is that when we're talking about how parents get engaged, there was a lot of awareness. And so I'm just trying to acknowledge whatever strategy develops and bring that out into that relationship that you have.
and there's another
Yeah. Before and yeah, I think the last I have it in my shared like Google Docs and it's like shared. So how do I yeah.
So while people are looking for that place to start,
right.
Yeah, which I get to start something.
I think what we really should try to find is really articulate this is I think it's like basically
So it has to be measured. My thought is like, this is awesome. So not only do we have the data, but we have the stakeholders that are really so, I know, I mean, this is a united framework, but I found out that it's very and I also got to family and community.
I mean, I think like, yeah, I mean,
And I had reached out to her, but she hadn't. So I got her information from the so that is not only like this, but reaching a wider picture.
One of the things that we also talked about this one of the things we did also amazing somewhere in the Hive, an organization that was doing really having not only making it right our group, making it a safety model, like the opportunity, it's like a stakeholder actually that they are able to perform this. And I don't know if we're trying that out, I guess we just I mean, you shouldn't just ask you know, so it's not a survey, it's not like, hey, who does the parenting this well, and who's good at this people, how the board has
We want to test it for like, here's what we're asking, like, here's the data that might at this meeting, this is the sort of task let's talk about
Where can we, we don't really have
We can talk about, we also
I'm doing, yeah.
I had mentioned refugee area with Actually, I know from research project with Southwest Rutgers and the professor ran. So I can connect with her, and she's curious. So she, I'm sure, knows like what the network is. So I work at
And that's the other thing, with the old map, it's just that other challenges. Well, we do have.
Sit out there. So far, I have 5 words and have 1 American life.
What we want is to be able to address this issue. Whatever the format network I mean, maybe there's other forms. That's why this is particularly.
The other question I have is also like each level out of Terraform, like what is about programming or primarily in high school, but you teach the areas about data and actually sort of talking about school programs. I don't know.
One way you can better make
what are we looking
So there was a way to like this would be involving groups and then have it also say like managing involving groups. They want to look at that. Something like that.
Yeah, it's not like, and there's not no, but I mean, I think
Yeah, because the fuzziness that we're going to face is where parents that have to get to our mind about it. Always like grade level trouble. I mean, like, right. That's why I feel like the organization of our child and our people, what high school is all out there. There isn't that. I know for sure that it's having
not that you have to do that. I mean, I haven't. I'm still generating. You're right. But all that, I mean, you can have that.
I feel like they
Seems like either making recommendations
And we don't have to do it. I mean, we don't have to do it.
Do we want to have this event like we were talking about No, what is
Last meetup, we talked about, can we use software? Use it.
Well, it depends if you're looking at it. We were like 2 seconds.
And I'm sure there's space.
So it sounds like this sounds like 2 surveys, my survey, and a parent's last
No, this is very
like the mosque, some mosques actually provide programs, and others that are just community.
They're working together in this group. Showed me all I've been messing around with
The thing that you just said that because that's I mean, you can't see the first people that are like,
And I mean, I feel like this discussion is
what are some of the main questions?
So, say like maybe that makes you
As a high. It's more than just creating an app or creating the interactivity.
So we think that potential solutions to our challenges. Us to learn more.
So if you go to
Yeah, I mean, like, there's certain times. I don't think it's environmental science.
Right. So it's not perfect for our specific challenge, but I think there are ways that I can adapt. So I think to understand the students.
Yeah, so we have.
I learned about I'm serious because these guys What's the value of that? Is it just doing your creativity research? And we talked about we're talking about Yes.
Next up, see if we can I'm member data. And maybe just an approach idea out there. Do you want to use something else? Yeah, we got like flexible like
Okay, so now I'm really going to cut things off so that we can close this meeting. Which doesn't mean you have to leave immediately, but we would like to get a last couple words in for noon, which is when I'm sure you want to leave. So I just want to remind everybody as you wind down your work and you go back, that if you go to this, and then of course we have other link that was our beta site /moonshots. You can enter some of the work that you did today in our Google Drives, into our resource inventory. Feel free to ping me by email, or else or Sam, or Kyle. Did we?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. We did not.
That's housekeeping we gotta do. So I just want to remind everyone to go back here. These conversations are really, really valuable and intense, and a lot of really great information is out of them. Good plans. So capturing that is critical. I know that it was valuable for the data group because I was supposed to be here today, that their notes carried through to this event. So, one last shout out for data capture or information capture. So, without further ado, I want to bring Elsa Rodriguez up top. Grab the mic. We got some cool stuff happening this summer, and she wanted to review it, right?
Do it.
Maybe it's like 90s. It's pretty sure it's cool otherwise. But yeah, Steam Studio 2.0. You should apply, Maggie.
Take it away.
Okay. So you all probably heard about Steam Studio last summer. It was an awesome 1-week intensive design workshop for kids in Hive Chicago. We had fashion design, jewelry design, and blogging and photography. All professional mentors working right alongside kids. We're doing it again. We are expanding opportunities for kids. Kids can level up into internships and competitions at the end of Steam Studio, and the application is open, so we're accepting 15 to 20-ish, I think. Young people, high school age, 15 to 19 years old, and the application is steamstudio.net/apply. If you have an online portfolio, if your kids have an online portfolio, if you guys have online portfolios and you want to submit with your application, that is excellent. If you don't, that's okay. And the application closes on June 30th. So please spread the word. Thank you.
Quick few points, I guess it's okay. So this year a longer experience than last year, so that teams get tool know-how on the front end. So you can really prototype for some awesome things during the week of Steam Studio.
So it's 2 weeks this year. It's not
2 weeks. So you'll see the things on the app, you teams, if you want to apply to this program. And also working with a different theme this year with the Kennedy Center around as the client around jazz-themed products and accessories and apparel of that matter. So this is the application. Deb's going to hang out with us during open house, and Jen, Steele, the media team, and for all of you who are running programs during the week of July 21st, open house hours are from 1 to 4, and you can come by and bring your teams. If you're going to do that, let us know ahead of time, so we're making sure that there's not a million of us in the spaces at one time. Yep. Okay. All right. It's me again. So this is, as Robert pointed out, a pretty cool logo, like this time around. You heard from me for the past 2 maker parties, and this is Maker Party and then some. So on August 14th, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. At the Cultural Center, in some really beautiful spaces there, we would love to showcase the work of the summer, especially related to Cecil. So through a performance series, a little limited with 10 slots, a gallery of things that you've made, built, worked on across the summer, and then a maker party that can be related to the work of your organization, possibly even a way to recruit for the fall if you would be interested in doing that. Things that you should think about going online about afterwards. The interest form, bit.ly showcase with just consonants mostly. So bit.ly SHWCSE 2014. And there's many group posts of that, so you can check it out. Final thing, there is a very impromptu event next Thursday from noon to 3 at Kingstown Park, where the mayor wants to give a shout out to kicking off the summer. And folks who would be interested in being at that event and can swing it are welcome to let me know and let Natasha know who's the email there that you have a station of activities that you would like to do. So please see me afterwards on either of those 2 points, and that's all I have. Yes. Or is it still me, Robert?
I just want to say about that.
And these slides in your own place. So as you saw today, we did something a little new, which is have a chance to kind of dig into all our funded projects. I think in the past we've been like, here are the names. And then at the end, maybe there's a workshop on it. We want to do more of these actually engaging in the network so we can learn and connect to funded projects a little more thoroughly than we have in the past. So today, let's go on the community call because we want to see what goes on with this and take it to the next level. Probably via community calls monthly, as we did with Asia. This being the showcase. Sorry, we did all of this today. So that's happening with the community call. So stay tuned. We'd love to keep connecting fun projects and other exciting projects in the network a little more frequently.
Sweet. All right, awesome. So I think this group, the 3A unrest guys, we're talking about collecting program information in a way that we can better share it out. So I pointed at you because we want to do these community calls and these portfolios on our website as a way to capture some of that information. So community calls may be a place to do these check-ins. And we'll want to do more. We just want to improve the way we do these showcases and capture that information. So just pointing it out to you guys and reiterating what you're saying. And I also just want to remind everybody, Maria's back there if you have any questions, immediate questions, and of course we're available after this shortly too. The RFP is due August 1. It is out in the wild on our mini group site. It's also now on our beta website, so you can find, you can pull down the RFP and all the working documents from our beta site under the link for the Hive Fund for Connected Learning. Just navigate the site. So please take care of that. But most importantly, if you are thinking about proposing, either as a lead or a partner or whatever, let us know through this RFP survey. We're keeping track of sort of who's in the hopper on this, and we're going to reach out to you probably next month just to make sure everything's okay. But this is a way to sort of signal to us we're working on it. Maybe we're confused, maybe we're not. It's cool. It gives us a good sense of what's going on. So really appreciate it if you would do that. Finally, and I forgot to put a photo in here because it's super nice. We have an office. Hive Chicago has a home. We're not it's really cool. It's on 18th South Michigan. We want you to come by and hang out with us and maybe like have members or something. It's a cool place, good view. So you're welcome to join. We'll try to make that formal at some point. And we like have drop-ins. We have a mailing, and you can send us mail here. We will get it. It was going to you, I think, actually. That's what it is. Okay. That's it. It's time to enjoy butterflies. That's right. Wait, no. Well, this is an apt metaphor for Kyle from a cocoon or something.
Yeah, I just wanted to clap it up and give some love to Kyle Solar, who just joined the Hive staff. She's been a part of the Hive family since 2012, as you may have read via mini group at the Lincoln Zoo, and we're really excited to have her as an operations coordinator. The Hive staff is small in number on purpose because the Hive, the power of the network really comes from you. And we try to stay lean, but being small, coordination really matters because there's a lot happening, and that's one of the things that Kyle will help do. And in the vein of hiring opportunities, we are actually going to be posting a position announcement for a contract position, just about a 2-month position to help with the showcase that you heard about. And so if you have people in mind, or you yourself have interest in event planning and coordination, please talk to me before you go, or send us references.
Like hours per week is not huge, right? So
Yeah, it's a temporary position. It's a fairly short engagement, but extremely important. So if you want more information, let me know.
All right. We have one more. All right. It's all good.
Okay, so some of you, 6 of the organizations here had submitted applications for Burberry Create. Those organizations I wrote them down just so I didn't forget the 6. Intuit and Youth Views, Street Level, the Chicago Public Library Media, DYN with Steam Studio, a special project that they will be doing under Steam Studio, Longevity Christian Development Corporation, and Convergence Academies. So I want to just give you an update on where we are. The intention is to fund all 6 of those and have you all participate in Burberry Create. We're excited about that. There's one last step we have to go through, and that's getting the final approval
from the advisors to the time. So we had a few things that took a little bit longer than anticipated, and so we're hoping to get those approvals very early next week. And but just to, I'm going out on a limb here, but generally when we make the grant recommendations, they never been disapproved. So, and that one. So anyway. You probably, if you're concerned about getting started, I think there's very good risk to doing it. So that is me now. Okay.
Risk taker.
We're ready for all right, awesome. So thank you to everybody who's here today. I just want to make sure that you know that there are free passes to the Butterfly exhibit, which maybe Jen is going to tell you about. While she's telling you about that, please fill out our feedback form. This feedback is extremely valuable to us. We always use it. We spend time talking about it, and we think about what to do next based on it. Young people who are here today for the first time, if you want to tell us this was lame and boring, we're ready to hear it. If you had a good time, we'd love to hear that too. So everyone, please fill out the feedback forms. You can do it on your computer right now. There's a link. Just do it. Don't go home. Don't wait till you get home. You will not do it at home. No one ever does it at home. I have timestamps. No one does it at home. You would be the only one. So we gave Bill a try once. So our next meetup is at the Howard Washington Library, Thursday, July 17th. That, this entire time, will be dedicated to, this stuff that happened at the end of the class. So.
Okay, I just wanted to tell you, if you did not get your free passes for Butterflies and Blues, they are on the check-in table. So if you're going to be here this afternoon and wander around, pick one up and use it. If you're not going to be here, they're good for all summer. So if you want to come back and use them, feel free to pick one up and take it. The other thing I wanted to let you know that I didn't mention earlier is we have 2 research green roofs on this building. If you want to go see them, all you need to do is go up that staircase and out the doors, and they're really phenomenal. So if you have a chance, you might want to take a look at those as well. And there are also maps on the check-in table if you're not sure of your way around. Thanks. Thanks for coming.
And thank you, Jennifer. Awesome. That's a wrap. There will be 2 departures, 5 bus departures. No one can hear me? There will be 2 high bus departures, one at 12:15 and one at 3 p.m. for those who would like to stay late. The high bus will also leave at 3. There are sandwiches for young people and chaperones. Follow Elsa Rodriguez for those.
Here's something really stupid. So, I'm thinking this
Oh yeah.
last year,
We need to, I don't know if we did it right, so there's still 2 viewers. It's fine, yeah. Thank you.